Hello and welcome, and this is the Money Charts channel. Let's take a look back in time very quickly, talk about trading strategy and how this works, the buy low, sell high. Because what I did is I started doing this right down in here when the market opened on Binance, that is, at 10,000. Market goes down, I buy. It's really simple when you consider. You get into the game, the price action is 10,000, you're going to have some buy orders in, and you're going to buy down here. You're obviously going to sell as it rallies. Maybe you'll buy down here, sell up here, because if it's going to 15 and up to 22, there's a lot of profit potential available. When you go 15 to 20, buy down here, and it's so easy. Once you fill an order in, you see notified that you sell at, say, 21.6. You just put your buy order in, 16. And then, of course, that would hit here, and all those types of things. Then you have moves like this. You're going to get sells here all the time. In fact, I did a video on this, and I wish the audio would have saved. It was my mistake. I should have checked something. File didn't work. I'm redoing this video. But I had my sell order like here at 27.3. And it was like the reaction I had on this was just priceless. I think. Let me just check here because these are the results. Do I see any sales? 20? No. This was one I got. 24,604. There was one like this that was really interesting that I just barely missed. I think it was bigger than that one. But anyway, regardless of the fact, you're gonna buy back as it goes down. So there's a bunch of buying. Okay, market goes sideways. You don't do anything for a while. Actually, wait a second here. I was using the 4-hour time frame when I did the first time. So yeah, that's anyway. Yeah, you sell up here. Yeah, this is the one I did miss. I had my seller here like 27. And when we take a look at this, say on a 3-hour time frame, this will actually give a better understanding. As you can see, just even in here, you can sell up here, buy back there. But for the numbers that I used, I'm just going to go through this. First, buy an entry at 10,621. Then it was a sell at 12.9, buy back at 10.2, buy back at 8,000, buy back at 6, sell it close to 10, sell it close to 13, buy back at 10, sell at 13, sell at 18, sell at 24, buy back at 15, sell at 20, buy at 15, buy at 11, sell at 16, buy at 10, sell at 13, but then a whole bunch of buys come in. This was 6 of 7, where I buy at 10,752, sell at 79, buy back at 5,033, and then again at 23, sell at 29, sell at 42, buy at 32. So a lot of these were like 30-40% moves back and forth. 4,200 sell, 3,000 buy, 2,100 buy, 26.5 buy or sell, and then just recently, and this would be today, a sell at 37.16. So you're just playing these numbers back and forth. And within such, you have an entry point where you get in at 10,621. Now the price is 3,318. Well, when you put this into a spreadsheet and make it so that everything's always worth the same, I make it in this example, everything's worth 1 Bitcoin. So there would be an entry of buying in this spot 9,405. So therefore, it would work out that the calculation I did here, this is the price. What I did is I copied and pasted these numbers in columns A and B. Column C is just this number divided by 100,000 because I have to reference price in this spreadsheet. Column E, or column D rather, is how many I own. So I start off with this 9,400, and then I add on each one, I add what I buy, subtract what I sell. Then I take how many I own and multiply it by the price. So I know this is 121. So I ask the computer in here, is this number greater than 1? And if so, I want you to take this number, subtract it by 1, because that's what I'm going to want to sell for. And then I calculate how many do I need to sell to get that. In this case, it would be 1656. For the buy, I ask the question, is this number less than 1? And if so, I want 1, subtract that number, and then how many can I buy at that price, and then there's the calculations there. So that's how the spreadsheet would work. And then in here, hodl and trade, this is just simply 9,406 coins, which is how many it would cost to buy at 1 Bitcoin then. How much are they worth? So that multiplied price, very simple math. But within this, what I do is I take the sum of the sales, I subtract the sum of the buys, and I add 1 because my, in this case, ADX is always worth 1 after a trade is completed. And as we can see, as the price moves on, that trading them back and forth is overperforming the market virtually the entire way through, almost. And here, hodling is worth 57, trading was worth 54. The market was down. So you were down half your value either way, pretty much the same. So there's definitely risk involved if these markets go straight down. And then as the market rallies, we can see that these numbers get pretty big. In fact, on this rally when it was worth 2 1/3 Bitcoin, trading was barely worth more than hodling. But as this was break even in here, when the price was exactly pretty much back to where it came from, you're up 84% just buying back and forth. And then when you were down half the value in here, you were up 31% via these transactions. And then when you're down 21%, or excuse me, you're down 78.2%, you're only down 18.8 this way. And then you get back to positive territory when the market is down 71%. So as it stands today, the market is down about 2/3, 65%. Yet you're up 66% simply by doing those things. Because when you look at the situation on everyone, I could just go through this number and say, well, if I sell at 13.7, I'm buying at 10,000, I'm selling again maybe at about 19,000. Obviously the buy would come in. After 10, I'm going to buy at 7,500, maybe sell at about 13.7 again. Okay, after this, I'm going to buy at 75. I can pretty much sell around this number here, maybe 11, depending on the market. And just keep on doing that over and over. There's going to be situations where you may go, there was 6 weeks without a trade just a little while ago earlier this year. And this was from the date time frame of that of the entire year. So we go to the daily chart. Let me just go to this now. So for the whole year, so starting here, but when you're able to get moves like this, and just even all of these small moves in here, it's going to be beneficial within the long-term time frame. For within markets, if a market were to go like and just keep going straight down like this, you're profiting. Of course, if markets go like this, sideways, well then you're going to be seeing your market go like this, sideways. Maybe not that rate of ascent. And of course, if markets just go straight up, say you get a wild, sick ADX or 190, 400x type of gain, well, maybe on the 180x gain, you're only getting about a 50 or a 20x or whatever smaller. Profit is profit. I don't care. I realize there's only one way that I lose, which is that the consistent moves down come into play. And when I look at an example of such, this is NEM. If the markets do this, and the only sell opportunities that I got is this, barely anything here, barely anything on this move, and now I'm getting a very small but my best sell sense in here now, well, that's just this here, you're going to be getting your ass kicked. And if the market consistently does it, you're going to lose big. But if the market consistently does this, going sideways, it's going to be profitable. And even if this happens, it's not going to stay this way. There's some sideways move. You're going to have a spot where we maybe come up to this high. And that means when you do come up to here, that means everything that you buy from these points on would get sold for profit. It might take many a months. In a lot of cases this year, that's going to be the case. But holding in there most certainly works within such. So this is an example of trading amongst higher volatility. And I'm kind of glad now that the audio recording didn't work, because I really did want to make that first video 20 to 30 minutes, and it was like 44. Now I'm barely just breaking the 11-minute mark now. So that's all fine and dandy. But this is just a mathematical strategy. It doesn't matter the code. If you realize something is priced at 255 Satoshi, you could be like, okay, buy 180, buy 190. That's a decent differential. If I want to sell, I could look to start selling at 330. That's a differential of 30 plus 45, 75 points. You're looking at a 30% gain. And that's profit. And within the cryptocurrency state, and especially with a lot of these altcoins, you can get these moves quite often. You can get dozens of trades. In this case, there was how many trades in 1 year? There was, 32 from the original one. So 32 buys and sells from the entry point. So that would work out to an average of like 2.5 to 3 a month. 3 a month almost. So thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.